We typically go to impressive malls full of interesting architecture. However,
Pembroke Mall.
today, we tone things back and see the Pembroke Mall, a struggling redevelopment in progress on the side of the freeway. Originally a plot of farmland, Pembroke Mall would be constructed in 1965 and would open up in 1966 with its first 20 stores. Sears and Miller & Rhodes would anchor the mall a short time later, accompanied with Woolworth in the middle as a junior anchor. Later, in 1981, Rice's Nachmans would come in as a third anchor to the mall. Rice's Nachmans would be acquired in 1985 by Hess's, and as such, all Rice's Nachmans stores would be rebranded as such. So far, things seem to be alright even as the mall competed with Military Circle Mall and Lynnhaven Mall. However, the first problem came in the form of Miller & Rhodes, which chose to close its location at the Pembroke Mall in 1990. This was addressed, however, as Upton's took over the space within the next year. Bigger problems began to arise in 1993 when Hess sold all of its Tidewater, Virginia stores to profits. As the mid-90s came in, Pembroke Mall was starting to lose tenants to both Lynnhaven Mall and MacArthur Center. 1997 would see Steinmart come to join Upton's in the mall roster, but this wasn't enough to stop the exodus of tenants, which included the entire U.S. chain of Woolworth. In 1998, Profits sold its Tidewater, Virginia stores to Dillard's. Upton's would also depart the mall by the end of the 90s, and Dillard's would depart in 2002. It seemed that things were bleak for the Pembroke Mall. 2003, however, mall management announced that they would be going forward with an extensive redevelopment plan for the mall. The interior would be updated with new floor tiles, and multiple restaurants would come to fill the void. Pembroke Mall would also see the region's first Kohl's fill the void left behind by Miller & Rhodes and in turn Upton's. The mall even managed to attract national chains like Pacific Sunwear and Hot Topic. The Dillard space proved to be problematic, unable to contain a local furniture store called Freight Liquidators, and in 2006, the Dillards, as well as part of the mall's north wing, would be demolished for future development. Later on, in 2011, a movie theater would close down and would be torn down in favor of a new Target store, filling the void left behind by Dillard's. Ongoing developments would continue as the former food court would be completely replaced by Old Navy and Coastal Edge by 2013. Old Navy opted against having a mall entrance, however. Finally, the empty Woolworth space would be filled in by an off-Broadway shoe warehouse, and this would restore full access in and out of the mall. But now we have to talk about the elephant in the room. You know it was coming. Sears. In 2015, Sears Holdings would spin off their location at Pembroke Mall to Seritage Growth Properties. Sears would then downsize, making room for Nordstrom Rack, the Fresh Market, and DSW Shoe Warehouse. The standalone auto center would be demolished to make way for an REI store, while BB&T and Smoky Bones would come to the property at a later date. So you're probably wondering when Sears finally closed down for the last time. Well, look no further than September 2018, after a months-long liquidation sale. This leaves a pretty obvious vacancy in the mall, but given its direction, Pembroke Mall might be able to shrug off an empty Sears. Although, even if a tenant moved in, I doubt they would do mall access. Nonetheless, that's just me, and we can only speculate on this mall's future at this time. Don't mind the Easter decorations from earlier. This is April footage. As for the rest of the mall, well, I can honestly say for all intents and purposes, I am not wooed over by this mall. At all. There are a handful of storefronts left over from the 90s, but beyond that, this mall is just a great big gray blob. The carpet makes me feel like I'm stuck in a breezeway at Kmart or Target. I suppose if I had anything positive to say, the ceilings look pretty cool in the center court at least, but overall, it's not the worst mall I've ever seen, but there's nothing really of interest. Let me remind you that I only took 6 pictures at this mall. I was just not feeling it here. Anyway, we're already done, actually. This one went by rather quick. Don't forget to like or dislike, share, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. In addition, you can find me on Minds, Ko-fi, and BitChute. Until next time, this is Doomie Grunt, wishing you and the Pembroke Mall farewell and good luck in the coming storm.
Thank you.